there, it's Joy. We're here to make a video today, and I have assistance who's hiding off screen at the moment. She'll have to come over here in a second though. It's Thanksgiving weekend, and we have been apple picking because it's a lovely fall day. And so we decided to make an apple pie for Thanksgiving dinner. And since I saw a post on Facebook a while ago that looked really cool, we're going to give it a shot. So what that post was, is it was using these guys, Pillsbury cinnamon roll dough, as the crust. Sounds cool, so we're going to experiment. Yes?
What do you do with the icing? Can I eat it?
Save it for later. We might be eating icing later by the looks of it. I already thought of this and thought, icing. So anyways, so right now we have, because I'm trying to save some time, I talk too much on my videos, we have a couple of these. I'm not sure how much it's going to take, and we're going to cut them thin, because obviously they're usually pretty thin. And we have pre-made our mix of apples, as you can see. We've added our sugar and spice to it. It's been sitting for a few minutes, so it's all nice and juicy. And as far as I know, because it was hard to tell from the trees today, we have a mix of
Empire, Mac, Gala, Ida Red.
Empire, Mac, Gala, and Ida Reds. I don't know which ones are which. We kind of threw a whole bunch in a bag and we mixed them all together. And we've just added a little under a cup of brown sugar and a whole whack of pumpkin pie spice. So that's what we're going to do. So I've got a pie pan, obviously, and it's already pre-sprayed with Pam. I'm using a glass pan. I don't usually use glass pans, but I'm using it because I don't know how long to cook this darn thing, and I figured if I can see the cinnamon rolls through the glass, I'll have an idea whether or not the cinnamon parts of it are starting to burn. Because normally brown sugar and butter in heat will crisp up and get really hard, and sometimes it'll burn fast because of the sugar. Which is also why it's sitting on this yucky old cookie sheet that I don't care about, and I put parchment on it. And that way, if it happens to bubble over, it'll land on here and make a mess on the parchment instead of on my pan. Even though it's a yucky old pan, it's really hard to get burnt sugar off of anything. Why are you waving at me? I'm talking too fast?
Too much.
I'm talking too much. I'm talking too much. Like, this is me, you know this. Okay, so helper?
We'll have to teach you how to edit.
Actually, yes, I need to know how to edit. I need to know how to edit. But if I edit, then I edit out all the information I've been trying to share. So my helper's going to come over and open up these tins, and then we're going to cut them. I don't know what kind of knife I'm going to use. I probably think I'm going to have to cut them in threes in order to make them thin enough.
You have to peel it first. You have to peel the paper.
And I don't know if I'm going to need both. So here's my thought. My thought is, we're going to use one to line the pan, and if we have anything left, we're going to unroll the strips and use them to make the,
What's that?
What do you call it?
That's icing.
Lattice.
Lattice?
The lattice on the top.
Definition.
So we're setting the icing aside for later for a snack. And these, as you can see, they come out like this, and they come out fairly thick, which I think is too thick for a
Pie crust?
pie crust. We could just squish them flat, but I think I would rather just
Smush them.
cut them so they're less distorted. So I don't know what knife. I've got a very sharp serrated knife, which is meant for bread, so it might work. And I have this one. I'm not sure which one's going to work best, but the idea is to cut it without squishing it so you don't lose the shape. Works pretty well. Don't these normally have a
Circular?
roll? I was expecting a roll. How come there's no... Look, the picture has a roll, doesn't it?
It'll grow like that, Mom.
Doesn't look like it has a roll. I'm very disappointed. See, as you can see, I'm expecting to have a spiral.
Mom.
I'm not seeing a spiral. Anyways, so I'll cut them
Yeah, this is
and
just
give
gonna.
them to you.
This is just gonna squish it.
And you actually start the middle. I'm going to start in the middle of the pan and go around until we hit the outside edge, and then we'll kind of squish with our fingers to fill in the gaps in between the round bits. So that is my plan, and we shall see if that works. And then we'll fill it with our pie filling. Probably going to have to alternate the ones with the cinnamon and the ones without the cinnamon, because that way it's not a whole bunch of cinnamon at one spot. I'm really disappointed at the lack of spiral. Well, that's why I got them. I thought it'd be all pretty, and it'd have, not that you can see it, I guess. It's a crust. Still. I
They can't hear you.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I used to make YouTube videos.
Of what?
Me and Sierra.
Oh, wait, I think I saw a few of those.
We were
something about bikini in the snow or something.
Bikini angels. Very cold.
How are you gonna fit things in there?
Just let me do my thing.
I think I'm gonna need the second one, so I'm gonna open this.
I think what are we gonna use for the top of the pie?
Well, we're going. See, that's just it. I was gonna unroll this. I figured it was a spiral. We'd unroll the spiral and use it as lattice.
So what we're going to do is squish it all
We're gonna
together,
make it, yes,
and then just lay it on top.
I need a rolling pin. Work with us here. Work with us. They know if they've watched any of my videos, I'm a fly by the seat of the pants person, and I've taught her well.
I hope you don't need this to be flat because it's not flat.
It will be once you squish it.
I see.
Now you got to squish it with your fingers to fill in all the gaps. So while she does that,
So why does the
I'm
assistant
ready.
not have an assistant?
eat this icing.
What?
Just kidding. Kidding.
This isn't. No, maybe.
Do you need more?
If you squish it hard enough, it starts to like form together. But if you don't squish it in the right spots, then it just rips. You have to squish it
Well,
from the
squish
middle
your,
end.
so squish your seams first, maybe. Squish your seams together first.
Yeah, like
And
you
then
would,
flatten afterwards.
like you're making like a croissant or something.
Yeah. Okay, so
Your oven's ready.
my oven's ready. I didn't know how hot to cook this.
Because
Because
it's not
obviously
the
it's
same.
not the same as this, so I kind of set it at 350 because that seems to be the average baking temperature for most things. Seems to me this normally says 4 something, but now that I can't find the 400. However, we're doing 350. We'll see.
Cook it for longer. It's also in a glass thing, so it'll cook faster. No, it won't.
Okay, so here's
Yes.
my thought. I could take these apart and lay them flat like she's doing to make a flat part, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave them in the roll and squish them this way, I think. So I'm going to get my roller. And we're going to give it a shot.
How
Where's my roller?
creative.
We're winging it. Winging it now. Okay, so I probably need flour for my roller.
Probably. This is cinnamon sticky bunny.
Sticky cinnamon bun, yes, I know. Excuse me. So, just put that out, cover the rolling pin. I'm gonna get flour all over it, just so you know.
I thought I was upset about it for a second, and then I realized I don't care.
Okay, that's good.
Because
Oh.
gets flour on self.
But you know I'm gonna get flour on myself at some point. I'm baking something.
We need to definitely figure out how to edit this.
Well, when you figure it out, let me know. I haven't been able to figure it out yet. I can figure out how to add words and things to the videos, if that helps any, but I haven't been able even to figure out how to put 2 videos together. So if I pause this in order to not babble on, then I've discovered later I can't figure out how to put the 2 videos together to make one. So that's why if you see my videos that have part 1 and part 2, it's because I paused it for something.
These apples are driving me. They smell so good.
They do
The,
smell
the
very good.
pumpkin pies.
And now we have
stuff.
cinnamon rolls added to the bargain, so it smells good. Because this is nice and thick and everything, it's not rolling out very well, so it might take a minute. But
It keeps like it.
springs back.
Yeah,
It springs back.
it goes back into the shape that it started out in, which is
Round.
so.
What?
Do you want me to crush all the cinnamon pieces?
No, but we have to get up to the edge, so the apples aren't touching the glass.
Ooh, it's like sweating.
I'm sweating too. I'm gonna over here.
Hot flash.
No, I push really hard and it's spraying back.
Menopause.
Thanks a lot, honey. Thanks a lot. I'm not sure this is going to be long enough. I probably should have added another one. Let's try it and see if I can add it now. Probably not because it's got flour all over it. We're going to give it a shot because I want it to get all the way across the pie shell.
So why don't we try this again some other time, but use a brownie instead? And then with a different
brownie
type
with
of pie.
apple pie.
Different
I
type of
want
pie.
to try this with pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Oh yeah, because you put cinnamon on pumpkin. Do you not? Right? You
Yeah.
put cinnamon. Yeah. So my original thought was to do pumpkin pie for it, and then I
So-
remembered that it's fall and it's apple picking season, and I went,
Pumpkins! Mom? Pumpkins! We just got 8 of them.
No,
We went apple picking and we
didn't.
ended up with 8 pumpkins.
we didn't get pie pumpkins.
We got 8 pumpkins.
There's a difference.
8 of them.
Pie pumpkins
For
are little-
carving.
Little pumpkins.
Big
They're
pumpkins.
sweeter, which
8
is not
pumpkins.
what we got.
Big 8 pumpkins.
Yes, because
Big 8
they were
pumpkins?
cute. Big? No, we didn't get 8 big ones.
I said big 8 ones.
We didn't get that either.
Yeah,
we got pumpkins. Let's just say.
We got like 7 big ones and a smallish, medium-sized one that looks like Frankenstein.
Because, yes, it's going to have squares. So that'll be another video later, will be Pumpkin Carving 101. What?
We should get. Oh no, never mind.
What?
I was gonna say we should get Sierra in here with the 3D cat pumpkin.
Yeah, you don't want Sierra carving pumpkins. It'll take a year. She's very perfectionist. Very perfectionist.
They always look cool though.
They do. They look very cool. Okay, so do you have enough or do you need bits or something? I'm just going to cook those 3 and eat them.
They're gonna puff up. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It'll fill
We
in.
do need to...
Squish them. I did. I have been. They just spring back. And yes, we should eat those.
Well, actually, it's really thick, so you could probably just pull it up a little farther. Okay. Aha!
Squish.
There, just squish towards the outside. And I think we have all the holes, so there we go. So this is what it looks like. No spirals. I'm really upset about that. So, apples are going in the pan.
Just like this.
Whoa! Well, don't put all the juice in there.
What?
You don't want it soggy. You don't want it soggy. Anyways,
This is a bad idea.
no, don't use the knife. Use your hands. Jeez, what's wrong with your hands? Here, there. We're probably going to have too much. So I was saying to Shaylin earlier that when you have too many like this, and you're not sure if you're going to use them before they go bad, because I ended up buying a great big, huge bag. I cut them and spice them like so. And then put them into freezer bags in the freezer, already pre-cut and spiced.
My hands are
And
clean.
basically she did just clean her hands really. Basically one freezer bag ends up being like pie. Because I obviously have too much. And I have another bowl over there because we got a little carried away.
We like apples.
So that way the next time you want to make a pie, you just pull a freezer bag out of the freezer, it's already cut and spiced and ready to go. You just have to let it thaw and throw it in a pie crust.
Second.
That looks good.
Excellent.
Okay, so we are now going to try our lattice idea. Always make sure your pie is fuller than it looks like it needs to be, because when they bake, they squish down. You don't want a pie that ends up this thick. Just a thought. So I'm now going to try and cut this into long strips to go across the top of our pie. The other knife might have been better for this part. Okay, lay down.
Can't blame me for trying.
True.
What are you doing?
Making the lattice part.
The lattice part.
The lattice part to go across the top of the pie. You're not listening. I've been babbling when you're not listening. She never listens.
I do so.
So, anyways.
Why are you doing it like that?
Like that.
You're gonna cross it. That's what lattice means.
Yeah.
Definition time. I told you earlier. Called it.
Yes. Okay, so you got to squish the ends to the other outside edge.
Please.
That one came apart. We're gonna have to. If they come apart, squish them back together. That's my plan.
They fold. They squish. They mold.
Good.
It's good.
You're gonna have to.
It's kind of cool.
That one's here.
I'm not going to.
I got it. I put it there. I know.
You took all the stickiness out of it when you put sour.
That's what. I put sour on it. I did. Anyways.
Flour.
The whole point was to make sure it didn't stick to the knife, you see. Which it hasn't been sticking to the knife, so it worked.
But now it's not sticking to the pie thing either. I hope this isn't supposed to cover the entire pie because...
No, we're just making a lattice. We just want it to look pretty.
I'm going to put a piece of cinnamon right there because it looks pretty.
And I need probably one more, and I don't really have all that is for one. So I'm using my waste bits, and I'm just going to try and make a little long.
Why don't you just like put them
Yeah.
into little things and let them grow. Then you have chunks of cinnamon bun.
I want it to look pretty.
And you can also put that The what's it called? Icing. Did you eat the icing?
I did not eat the icing. I thought she ate it. Little face.
You said you were gonna eat the icing and then the icing
I
is
said
open.
later. Well, because it pops.
Why don't we
open
just
when
put it
you
on
take
top of
out.
the? Why don't we just put it on top?
No.
No. Why not?
You put it on top after if you want. You can't put it on top before you bake it. It'll probably just be melted into nothingness by the time you.
Oh no, that's what I meant. Like a cinnamon bun.
We'll see. We'll see how sweet it is. Alright, so I'm having a hard time. Anyways, it doesn't have to be
Always.
that long. It just has to be long enough for that little short end piece. So that's what I'm aiming for. So, let me see if I can stretch it.
Turn the pie, not your hands.
I don't know which side needed this.
All of them.
Putting it like.
Oh, you're rolling my masterwork.
This
Masterpiece.
is on the center.
I didn't put it there. I just squished it.
Uh-oh. Dilemma. Those ones are under, this one's over.
Tonka, please stop.
I apologize in advance for the slurping sound my dog makes.
Go away.
He's old, he likes to slurp, it makes me twitch.
Makes a twitch.
However, he's still Alright. So it's not perfect.
Nope.
But it was an experiment. Adventures in cooking. So this is what we've got. We've got a bit of a cinnamon bun trellis on top of our apple pie with a cinnamon bun crust. And we're going to put it on our cookie sheet. Like so. I have no Ooh. That was close. I have no idea how long it's going to take. So,
To cook. Make.
so I'm going to put it in there for like half an hour to start.
How long does it say the cinnamon buns in for?
They're like 17 minutes or less. I think so, 11 to 17. Since it's got apple pie in it and it's got to cook the apple pie, that's why we have it at a lower temperature. So if I remember correctly, you put most pies in at like 4 1/4 for 10 minutes and then turn them down and let them cook for another like 35, 45 minutes. So I'm just going to start at half an hour and see where I am and then decide how much longer. So, thanks for joining. Hopefully I'll be able to add another picture or something later just so you can see how it came out. And I'm definitely going to taste test and let you know. Meanwhile, happy Thanksgiving. I hope your pie making is as adventurous as ours. Exit stage left.